All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakah Kodash. Second of all, I want to give double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone, the Elder Tahar, head on down at Rule Well. And third of all, I want to give a peace and safety to the hopeful elect out there, the brothers that push this truth, the truth of the King James Bible, and all truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the globe. All right, so I just want to do a short lesson to hop along the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai allows it to go, and this is going to be an uproars alert. All right, and Lord Will's brothers can see on the screen. I have this article here from the New York Post, which was put up November 4th, 2023, which was yesterday. All right, and it says thousands of pro-Palestinians marchers descend upon WH, which is the White House, chanting. I'm not going to say it. I just said Allah Akbar, and F Joe Biden, which stands FK, which stands for F Joe Biden, as they demand ceasefire, right? Because a lot of people are taking to the streets here in Babylon to demanding that Babylon stops funding the small hats in the genocide that they're committing over there on them Arabs. All right. But this should be a wake up call to you Americans out there, you Babylonian citizens out there. These politicians, they never gave two shits about what you think. Your opinion don't matter to them. Your vote don't matter. All right. The shadow government tells them what to do. All right. You have no rights. They don't listen to you. They don't care what you got to say. They're gonna do whatever they want to do, and this is proof. Cause they're still trying to pass uh more aid. But I don't think they passed the first one yet. I'm not always sure, but um the new speaker, whatever, he's still trying to get them to pass that a large a bill that would send a large amount of money or whatever to the small hats over there. All right, so they don't care about what you think, what you got to say. All right, or whatever. They're gonna do whatever they want to do. All right. It says by now the people in America should have figured that out. Your vote doesn't matter. All right, your opinion doesn't matter. They could care less. All right, tens of thousands of pro-Palestinian protesters mass in Washington D.C. Saturday afternoon, before descending upon the White House to chant Allah Akbar and F Joe Biden, as they accused the president of genocide and demands a ceasefire in the Gaza Strip. And we already know their leader or whatever, their president or whatever, Netanyahu, said there's not going to be a ceasefire until the hostages are released, which I don't believe there are any hostages. It's just doing it. They're just saying that so as an excuse to continue to bomb them or whatever. All right, but I'm just speaking as a man. But I personally don't believe there are any hostages. For the river to the sea, the Palestinians will be free. And crowd dotted with the Palestinian flags and sign and cry at the start of the event, which drew attendees from across the country. And this is going to turn violent. This is going to turn super violent. All right, if they don't stop demanding the small hats uh do a ceasefire, and they're not going to stop. They're going to keep bombing them. All right, and this is going to turn things are going to turn real violent in Babylon. All right, that's why I keep talking about a terrorist alert. Which through the spirit, just speaking as a man, today is the New York Marathon supposed to start or whatever. Um, and we know Esau likes to you know, certain events. You know, Esau could pull something. I'll say. All right, with that New York Marathon thing, because it begins today. So that's definitely something to watch. All right, and then you got all the military age men or whatever crossing the border, which they're saying they could be a terrorist, like uh they could be commit they could do like a terrorist attack or something like that, a terrorist act, you know. So, it's just a lot to keep an eye on, all right, on top of this. But this is going to turn violent, all right. The chant, which is growing increasingly popular in the wake of the HAMAS uh insurrection in the southern Israel last month, and Israel subsequent retaliatory attack on Gaza, is widely considered anti-Semitism because it implies the elimination of the state of Israel and its people. Others chanting "Long live uh, in Intifada," intifada, if I pronounced that right, an Arab word used to prefer the Palestinians uprising, specifically to conflict that ran from 1987 to 1993, and from the 2000 and about 2005 that left thousands dead. Unofficial so like it. Unofficial report estimate more than 100,000 show up. 100,000 show up in the port. And who knows who's in those crowds? All right. So I believe, just speaking as a man, this is going to turn violent because they're not going to stop to showing up to the protests. But DC police could not confirm, telling the Post it does not estimate crowd size. Uh, and I seen one video. It definitely is like there's a lot of people out there. A lot of people. Edomites, mixed crowd. It wasn't just Arabs. It was mixed crowds out there demanding they stop this, which they're not going to stop. And again, I believe there are no hostages. They're just using that as an excuse so they can continue to bomb them. All right. It does not estimate crowd size. One man was arrested for the destruction of property around 5:30 p.m. accused, and everybody they're going to start, and then on the wake of this, all this, with this going on as well, people here in Babylon are suffering. A lot of people out there probably just out there just angry because they can't make ends meet. They can't they're not making ends meet. Struggling to pay bills, struggling to buy food, and people are just fed up, and they're just gonna go out there with them, as a go out there with them with this pro-Palestinian march or whatever, and just start tearing shit up. Just start showing frustration because people in America are frustrated. All right, you better believe some of those people in the crowd, people that are just frustrated with the way that Babylon's being ran right now. All right, I'm not saying it's probably some out there that are really sincere Americans Babylonians out there, which are really sincere about what's going on out there over there in Palestine or whatever. Not Palestine, but yeah, Palestine, Israel, over there in Israel right now, or in the Middle East. But some of them probably are out there because they're just frustrated with the way America's being ran right now. All right, they want to dump all this money, send all the money to the small hats, and you got people in here which don't need it, and uh people over here in Babylon are starving. So a lot of those people out there probably just marching because they're just frustrated. All right, and we know according to Second Ezra, the 15th chapter, people are going to get super frustrated, and the scriptures say they should not regard their kings and princes, and so whatever not regard the kings or the princes, which are the senators, presidents, leaders. All right, and basically just stop giving a f, man, and just start tearing shit up. Which again, I believe this is going to start turning real violent soon. And Lord willing, martial law or something comes from this. But it says the property of 5:30 p.m. It's likely for the rain. According to the DC cops, it is unclear what he was destroying. As the protesters began marching down the roadway of DC, many stopped outside the White House to yell for Biden to call for a ceasefire. Biden was at his Rehoboth Beach in Delaware, just chilling, home chilling. He don't give a fuck. See, that shows like they don't give a fuck, man. In which Biden is a nobody. He's a puppet. All he is a puppet. All right. Look, he's home chilling while all this stuff is going on. His vacation home around 6:30 p.m. So they out there chanting at a building where he ain't even at. He ain't even there. All right. And most of the time he probably ain't there. All right. It says around 6:30 p.m. protesters were smearing red paint on the gates of the White House and chanting Allah Akbar. This is going to turn violent, man. This is going to turn violent. All right. Again, Second Ezra the 15th chapter in motion, man. They should not regard their kings and princes. All right. It says Allah Akbar F. Joe Biden. One demonstrator even scaled the security fence around the executive mansion to wave a Palestinian flag. X video shows. There you go. And these people are you don't know who's out there in the crowd, man. These people are probably paid to go out there and start an uproar, you know. But hey, it's prophecy, man. So I'll get a couple of scriptures. And again, I believe this is going to turn super violent really soon. And on the midst of that, you got strikes everywhere. People going on strikes. Casino workers on strike. Mack truck drivers on strike. CVS workers on strike. Who else? There was nurses on strike. They just fixed the General Motors thing where they believe that that's gonna that probably could start back again. You know, who knows? But what else? Everybody's going on strike, man. Jobs laying people off left and right. You know, so a lot of people in those crowds, people are just going to take to the streets because they're frustrated. So with strikes, you know, uproars about the thing with the war that's going with what's going on in the Middle East right now. All right, um, it's going to cause more of an uproar, and soon those uproars are going to turn super violent, which is prophecy. Not slow. Slow out, brothers. But yeah, like the scripture says, this should be seen uproars of the people in the world, which that's what we're witnessing. You know, major uproars because of this between the war against the with the Arabs and the small hats. So it's jump starting it. But wait till the people start real deal taking to the streets because you know there's no food on the shelves. All right, or they ain't getting enough hours where they can't pay bills. Which again, I believe some of the people that are out there in those crowd in these crowds, all right, could be out there for that as well. You know, just frustrated with the way America's being ran right now. All right, they don't give a shit about the Palestinians, man, or the Arabs. You know, man, it's like about the Arabs. All right, they don't give a shit about this war. A lot of people out there probably they're just frustrated and want to blow off some steam. All right, and what better way than go out there than you know kick some shit over and burn some shit or whatever. You know, we see how people in Babylon do. All right, it's a lot, brothers. It's a lot.